It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Your bubbling baby boy or girl has arrived after 9 months of tension, anxiety, the big unknown. Wham-bam! You are now a parent and you have got to actually take care of this precious, beautiful new life. It is so hectic, and that's what we're going to focus on Baby Talk this morning. We're welcoming clinical nursing practitioner Irene Damon from the University of Stellenbosch. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us.
And it's like that. I mean, you're talking about the build-up, and then,
Yes.
you know, nothing can
Yes.
prepare you for that
No,
moment
absolutely.
when baby arrives.
Absolutely.
So we're here to help you and to coach you through that whole first couple of, or maybe week or two. all
We
right?
have both been through it, obviously from a male perspective.
Yeah.
And we are very aware of that.
Very much so.
But
Hands-on
we have
dads.
been there.
Listen, what is the
Okay.
first thing that you in your profession find that catches parents off guard when baby comes?
That's the unknown. You don't know what to do. You have been waiting for so long, and all of a sudden, wow, here's the baby, here's the little one. You know, and people mothers and fathers doesn't know. Your first time mom, your first time dad, they think, what am I going to do? Do I touch them? Do I leave them? Do I hug them? Do I kiss them? But you can kiss your baby.
Yeah.
You can hug them. I think the first few minutes is that you just put your baby on your chest. And if dad is hands-on, he just need to lie next to you.
Right there.
Yes.
Because, I mean,
Yeah.
there's no manual. There's
No.
nothing that prepares you. It doesn't
Do
matter the
they
amount
come
of
with the
classes you
manual?
attend,
Yes.
nothing.
Yes.
First, we just
Yes.
listen to the mother. That's the first thing. As a guy, that's always a really good first step, because their instinct is just insane what kicks in
Yes.
that stage. But I was very lucky in that, just due to the process of our birth, I got to be that first point of contact for a couple of days. Why is that skin on skin? I mean, it was honestly, the best thing that I've ever experienced in my life.
Yeah.
But it's so important for Baba to
Yeah.
have that skin-on-skin
Yeah.
contact with the initial, whether it's breastfeeding or just embracing. I know a
Yes.
lot of mothers can't necessarily
Yes.
breastfeed or don't want to, and
Yes.
that's their choice. But that skin-to-skin, why is that so
That
important?
skin to skin is awesome, because it's like when you're talking to baby and baby is saying, I feel safe. It's a type of communication. You understand? When you put baby onto your chest, onto your naked chest. I mean, when you are
heart
first
goes
hand,
doof,
yes, your heart just goes doof, doof, doof. So skin on skin is very important. Baby feels safe. Mommy feels like, wow, this is the 9-month-old little one which was inside of me, which I'm actually having on top of me. So in terms of that, that's very important. Skin to skin, it's communication. I feel safe. In terms of breastfeeding, breastfeeding is awesome. I mean, like you just mentioned, sometimes some mothers feel that I can't breastfeed, or I have to not to breastfeed, or whatever the case might be. But when you put baby on your chest and you feel that heartbeat, it's just awesome. And you let baby latch. Because the first 24 hours of breastfeeding is actually so important. You just put baby on the breast. But remember now, for the first 3 days, there won't be any milk. There will be colostrum, which is actually so important.
That they need, yeah.
Yeah,
The
that they
ultimate
need.
superfood.
And when it comes to breastfeeding, we need to understand that breastfeeding is readily available. It's there. It's the right temperature.
We're talking
Yes.
about breastfeeding and feeding baby in general. I think that is one of the first mountains that a mother and a father has to
Anxiety
climb,
as
because
well,
there's an anxiety.
Oh,
What if
yes.
baby's not eating
Yes.
enough? What if he's not latching properly? You know, there's so many things running through your mind. So what do you do in that? What advice could you give if you feel that you are struggling to feed your baby? And what are some of the things that you need to look out for?
I think when you read all Mr. Google, Dr. Google, Professor
Dr.
Google,
Google.
whoever
Nurse
that
Google,
is,
yeah.
Nurse Google, yes, they confuse you so much. My advice to new mothers and potential mothers would be, you know what, go to a reliable source of information, like your clinical nurse practitioner, like your pediatrician, right? So when you get there, get all the information that you need to do, but still, you take that information home and you think, what am I going to do now? Here's baby now. And then just follow your instinct.
I was about to say natural.
Follow your
instinct.
instincts.
Kicks in.
Just
individual-
have a nice, relaxed, sorry Graham, have a nice, relaxed environment, nice rocking chair, put baby on a pillow, put baby on the breast, let baby look for the breast, because when baby is hungry, he's going to tell you, or she's going to tell you she's hungry.
And they also have a huge amount of instinct, and they're pretty
Yes,
sharp, these little
absolutely.
bubbas, despite
Absolutely.
being so
Absolutely.
fresh and new in the world. One of those areas you mentioned, you know, Dr. Google or Nurse Google, where there is so many conflicting approaches and kind of ideologies when it comes to baby's first bath.
Yes.
Maybe I'm going to ask for your opinion, not because, I mean, it is such a contentious issue. How do you feel about the baby's first bath, and what's important to know or take into account?
I think that is very different for some mothers. Some mothers are too afraid to touch their babies. So we as nurses normally then take baby away from mother depending on where you actually deliver, whether private or government hospital. But the ideal would be to let baby stay with mom. You understand? Let that vernix be on it. Don't bath baby the first 24 hours if you can, because that is like a protective layer, and it actually protects baby, and it's good for the baby's growth.
Allows those natural occurs,
You can actually bath baby after 24 hours. Yes.
And that was the most exciting thing I think that I've done. Not only, being shown how to do it in the hospital, but when you take baby home eventually and you do it at home for the very first time, that is super, super special. But there's so many things that I think new mothers and fathers need to kind of think about or tend to think about. Things like simple thing. How do you carry baby around? What is the best way? Is it like this? I've seen, dads carry baby lying on the forearm with, just hang. There's so many interesting ways. Is there a right or a
what
wrong
do you
way?
need to know? Yeah, what's important?
No, there's definitely no right, no wrong way. Okay?
Just support the neck.
Absolutely.
You still
You're
got
a
it, baby.
hands-on dad. Hey? Absolutely. Support the neck. That's very important. All right. But father's touch is very important for the baby because it's a different touch to the baby. Unlike we as mothers, we will touch them as if they are porcelain dolls or wrapped in cotton wool or something like that. But the father's touch, it's actually very important because that actually contributes towards the growing process.
Different kind of stimulation.
And carry baby next to you, where it's in a carrier, in front, at the back, in one of those little fancy gadgets that you get now.
I'm just remembering the look I got from my girlfriend's dad the first time he saw me come out with the pregnancy kind of wrap
That is beautiful.
thing, and I was so proud of myself, and this old school dude was like, where are you coming from? What planet are you on? But absolutely love it. So we'd love to hear from you guys if you've got any comments or questions, especially if you're a new parent, happening right now. 021 430 9881. Please share your experiences with us.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
We're having so much fun. Welcome back to it. It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, right here on SABC3. We are joined by a clinical nursing practitioner, Irene Damon from the University of Stellenbosch. It's all things baby talk, especially if you're a new mom or dad. What are those kind of things that you need to take into account? How do you go about with your baby for the very first time? So many questions. Irene, lovely to have you. Thank you.
You just keep looking at the two of us. Like I can see you reliving all of those lovely memories of seeing new parents like, oh my word, what do I do? I think one of the first hurdles to cross, eating is probably one of the big ones.
Yes.
Then sleep.
Yes.
What are those initial sleep patterns like? What should be the ideal that we're working towards, and what can often go wrong or shake up your routine in the beginning?
I think this again should actually be determined by the family, by mom and dad and baby. All right, so your routine, mom and daddy's routine is going to be out.
Yeah.
So you're going to adjust according to babies.
Yeah.
Yes. So there's no like in routine. Baby will tell you exactly when
Just
am I
you
hungry,
stop
when
sleeping,
do I
basically,
want.
yeah.
Yes.
But important to
Yes.
establish a routine,
Yes.
right?
I think it's very important, when you bring baby home, let's say you come back from the hospital, right? So newborn babies normally sleep up to 17 hours.
Yeah.
Some sleep up to 4 to 6 hours.
Yeah.
Some like in turn night and daytime around. So I think what is important to create a sleeping routine, make sure that baby is breastfed, okay? Baby's tummy is full, because when the tummy is full, the eyes close, but the bum is wet, the bum is dry. I nearly say the bum is wet. The bum is dry, okay?
It's the rain,
You
yeah.
burp baby, all right? If baby want to sleep, always make sure that baby associate sleeping with bedtime, with the bed. So don't let baby sleep in your arms. Take baby when baby's about to sleep and baby's drowsy. Then you just take baby to his bed, to his cot.
that
All right.
really worked with us.
Close the curtains so that baby can actually, associate when I'm drowsy, I'm going to bed, I'm going to sleep. So one should actually try that.
I love
Yeah,
that. So
in
be
terms of that.
adaptable. Don't
Yes.
go in with a plan and then when you
Yes.
have to change,
Yes.
Yeah.
that it doesn't work. But we've got Wenzile on the line right now. Wenzile, very good morning. How are you doing?
I'm good, Joe, and how are you?
Oh, beautiful. All the better for hearing from you. Are you a new mom? Are you going to be a new mom? How are you kind of weighing into the conversation?
Oh, no, I've been through that experience twice already. I've got an 18-year-old daughter, and then I've got a 3-year-old son. Yeah, but what's the most important thing that I learned through this journey of motherhood is that, you know, when you're pregnant, you have ideas how I want my kid to be and what I'm going to do when my child arrives. But the most important thing is that, you know, especially when it comes to bathing the babies, we need to stick to those glycerin-based soaps because the baby's skins are very delicate. So we get too excited, we buy the Johnsons, whatever, not to bad name them, but it's important to stick to those very soft or light soaps so that the baby will adapt. Because what I discovered is that my daughter started, she was such a needy baby. She was crying all the time, and I discovered at 4 months that she had eczema. That's why she was itching so much, and I was using all the wrong soaps, wrong moisturizers, and then when I consulted the dermatologist and I got to learn about it, that she had the skin problem.
We also went through a bit of an eczema thing. Wenzelia, thank you so much. That's awesome. You've got to keep it natural as possible with the baby, and that's taking nothing away from all of the research and development that gets done in that baby. But you are, as a new parent, at such like when the first time you walk into a big kind of shopping kind of destination for babies, and they're like, "Are you a first-time parent?" And they're like, "Yes." "Well, come into the VIP platinum section where everything costs 3 times as much," and because you want the best for your baby, but keep it natural.
That's the thing. And I also think, talking about stepping out, you know, as a new parent, if you're going through it for the first time, there's a lot to worry about. And as parents, you freak out about the tiniest little runny nose or something. How do we stay calm? And what should we do?
I think, without giving my age away, I hope not. 23 years ago, I was one of those moms who took in big cotton balls and put it into my daughter's ears, taking her out for the first time because I was just thinking the wind and the people in front of me must just, step away. I think when you take your child out for the first time, make sure that they are fed, they are dry, they are not sick at all, okay? But remember, there are 2 things which is actually going to disturb this little one. One of them is smell. Because remember, baby only knows the mother smell and dad smell and all of the other siblings. And then there's noise. So you need to take that in consideration when you take baby out.
Overstimulation.
Yes, that overstimulation is going to have repercussions in terms of sleep.
And then I'm going to ask you, to take a look at the screen here. We've got a question coming in from Khotso saying, "My baby boy is 10 days old." Congratulations, Khotso. He is always crying because of the pain in his stomach. What can I give him so that he doesn't feel the pain anymore? When I've gone to the clinic, the nurse said to me, it's normal on his birth month.
This is very, very common, isn't it?
Yes.
Is it saying it's normal doesn't necessarily mean that there's nothing you can do about it or it's right?
Exactly. No, thank you for the question. Yes, Khotso. I think it's very important, and that is normally what we normally get all the time. My baby's having stomach cramps, but what is stomach cramps? Stomach cramps can be anything,
Do we blanket everything with colic?
Yes. So you start off by, are you breastfeeding? Are you bottle feeding? Okay. So what type of milk are you giving baby? Because remember, this can be either stomach cramps due to the milk that baby's getting, or the breastfeeding of what mommy's eating. Like, let's say, for argument's sake, cabbage can cause a lot of flatus. You understand? And that can be abnormal for the baby, and you will be unable to pass that. So, but the most important thing is, what does baby drink? Is it bottle fed? Is it breastfeeding? That's important. And then do the I love you. The I love you massage. That's why baby massage is so with the stomach. With the stomach. Because you find that babies maybe just too tense. You understand? So you just need to actually reach your baby.
Dance. You just do the little farty dance.
But it's great. And also, I think, spend time on burping baby properly, especially 10 days in. Very important, because a lot of people tend to kind of rush and, there's a little burp, but spend time on that, get all the wind out.
And it's so satisfying when you get it right. You know,
for the first time, it's like, "Dad, for the win."
I can do something.
Yes, and if I can just come on to that burping thing, I think when you take your baby and you just lift your baby up, you don't need to pat baby the whole time. You don't even have to rub. You just hold baby up straight. I normally make this example and say, you know what, guys, when you go to your favorite restaurant and you have your favorite meal, and somebody just pats you and say, "Come on, burp now, burp now."
Hang on, I had that biryani earlier. Just be
so
careful,
that is important, just to lift him up. He just needs to be lifted up. And be supported by his neck.
Thank you very much.
You're actually making me think about going back there all over again. I know.
Hey,
but
dude,
you've
no,
done it,
I'm
Joseph,
good,
man.
I'm good.
But thank you so much to everyone who's weighed into the conversation. We're going to do this again next Thursday. But to Irene Damon, you've been an absolute
Thank
star.
you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.